Hey adventure seekers, Rick here. Welcome back to the channel, where today I'm taking you through an unforgettable 5-day road trip through the French Alps. Yes, from the iconic town of Chamonix all the way down to the glorious, glamorous shores of Monaco. And the best part, while we're doing it, we won't be breaking the bank. So grab your map and get ready to pack, and let's hit the road with some budget-friendly tips along the way. And be sure to stick around to the end of the video for some final money-saving tips to maximize fun and minimize wallet damage. Now, before you begin your adventure, you're probably going to want to rent a car. I rented one in Paris and then drove down to Chamonix from there. I rented with Europcar, and I would highly recommend that you do not rent with Europcar. They are a nightmare. They've been sued for fraud. They have numerous complaints against them. Here's just a list of a few headlines I found of people who have had problems with Europcar overcharging them, charging them credit card fees, charging them multiple times for repairs, charging multiple people for repairs. It was an absolute nightmare. It took me 2 hours to finally get my car after a lot of kicking and screaming. They were the most dishonest and unhelpful rental car company I've ever dealt with. I would recommend sticking with one of the other well-known brands like Hertz or Avis or Budget or something like that. If you can, I would avoid them. Okay, before we dive in, please like and subscribe so you'll be notified the next time I drop another video. And let's go. All right, day one. Start in Chamonix, known as the gateway to the French Alps. This is a place for adventure lovers. It's nestled in the base of Mont Blanc, and Chamonix is a paradise for skiers, hikers, and anyone who wants to breathe that fresh mountain air. On day one, we are going big. You got to take the gondola up to Aiguille du Midi for a once-in-a-lifetime view of Mont Blanc. This peak towers 3,842 meters, and the panoramic views from the top are absolutely jaw-breaking. The snow, the glaciers, the endless peaks, it's like something out of a postcard. All right, now let's talk costs. A round-trip gondola ride will set you back about 60 euros. Now I know it's a bit pricey, but if you're traveling off-season, like spring or early fall, you can score some really good discounts. Plus there's fewer tourists, and that means more time to take in these Instagram envy shots without anyone else in the frame. Off-season really is your best friend, both for your wallet and your patience and the weather. The real hot summers are not quite there anymore. It's nice and cool, and the winters are just about over. It's the perfect time. Off-season really is your best friend, both for your wallet and your patience. Speaking of saving, let's talk accommodations. Now, instead of staying in one of those pricey hotels at the center of Chamonix, you can check out guest houses or Airbnbs in the nearby villages for about half the price. And you'll get a cozy spot to rest your head and experience some local charm of Alpine life. Just remember that since they are local and they're not big chains, you may have to be patient with them. When I went, I showed up at my bed and breakfast and there was nobody there. And I had to call a number, and they were just like, oh yeah, we'll be there in a few hours. Thanks for checking in. It's like, all right. So I just went out and explored the town until they showed up. And it was a beautiful place after that. But I saved myself a ton of money, and it was a nice, cozy spot, full of Alpine charm. It was authentic and affordable, and honestly, a much more personal way to experience it than staying in some big hotel. And on day number 2, we're going paragliding. Adventure is what it's all about. I mean, paragliding in the French Alps, how does that sound? And I'll tell you right now, it's not just about the adrenaline. Paragliding gives you views of glaciers and valleys and mountain peaks that you'll never forget. Prices range between €100 and €200 depending on the season and the company. So if you're going to splurge on one thing, make it this, trust me. And like I said before, if you go in the off season, you'll save more money that way too. Not up for soaring through the air? No problem. The French Alps are home to some of the best hiking trails in Europe. One of my favorite hikes is the Lac Blanc Trail. It's a moderate hike with stunning views of the Mont Blanc Massif and the crystal clear Alpine lakes. And the best part, hiking is free. You get the same mind-blowing views without paying a cent. So grab a snack, lace up your boots, and let's hit the trails. Remember to pack your own water and snacks to avoid those overpriced items at the tourist traps. Day 3, we're crossing borders. We're heading through the famous Mont Blanc Tunnel, which connects France and Italy. This tunnel is an engineering marvel. Currently driving through the tunnel, so I have no idea what's facing me on the other side, if I need to show some sort of documentation or my passport or something, but it cost me 60 euro to go through this thing, and it's a lot of money to go through a tunnel and then go back through a tunnel. So, but hey, I'm on vacation, so who cares? And over 11 kilometers long, it's the quickest way to reach the Italian side of the Alps. So, if you're looking to save some cash, here's some alternatives. Skip the tunnel and take the scenic route via the Col de Petit Saint Bernard. It's longer, but trust me, the views are worth it. Plus, no toll fees. Taking the long way means more time to soak up the beauty of the Alps. And honestly, isn't that what a road trip's all about? I mean, come on. All right, day number 4, we're slowing things down and exploring the charming towns of the Alps. First of all is Annecy, also known as the Venice of the Alps. It's got beautiful canals and crystal clear lakes and a laid-back vibe that makes it a perfect stop for a quick breather. You want to save on lunch? Skip the restaurants and grab picnic supplies from a local market. A fresh baguette, some cheese, and a local wine doesn't get much more French than that. Plus, you'll be saving some serious euros while you're enjoying one of the most scenic picnic spots in the world. Next stop, Aix-les-Bains. This town is famous for its thermal spas, and if you've got a bit of cash to spare, a day spa here is well worth it. But if you are watching your budget, just don't worry. Head over to Lac du Bourget, France's largest natural lake. It's perfect for a refreshing swim, and best of all, it's free. All right, day 5. This is the final stretch. We are ending this road trip with a bang. We're leaving the Alps behind and heading down to the French Riviera, landing in the iconic Monaco. Now, I know what you're thinking. Monaco sounds expensive, right? But don't worry, I've got you covered with some budget-friendly tips. First, park outside the city and take public transport in. Monaco is tiny, and walking is the best way to explore the area. You can still soak up all the glitz and glam of the Monte Carlo casino, but you don't need to blow your budget to enjoy the sights. Now, if you want to get a hotel, try getting one that is technically still in France. You will save a ton of cash, and my hotel was literally across the street from Monaco. There's no border crossing. You just walk across the street and boom, you're in Monaco. A hotel in the actual principality could cost you way more. Monaco has a lot of free activities, so check out the Prince's Palace, take a stroll along the harbor, or explore the Old Town. It's full of history and stunning views, and you won't have to spend any money. And when you're ready for a coffee break, skip the fancy spots by the casino and head for a local cafe, where a cappuccino won't cost you an arm and a leg. And finally, here's some other ways you can save money while you're road tripping through the Alps. If you're going through the Alps, you may want to consider renting a fuel-efficient vehicle because gas prices in France and Europe can be a lot higher than in North America. Consider a hybrid or an electric car if available. They are often free or discounted charging stations in eco-friendly regions like the Alps, so it could be a good way to save some pennies. Use scenic camping spots instead of hotels. Wild camping is allowed in certain areas in the French Alps, and there are many affordable campgrounds with stunning views. Just bring your camping gear to avoid hotel costs and get close to nature. Take advantage of all the free activities. There's countless of free outdoor activities like hiking, swimming in the lakes, exploring picturesque villages. Just look for free walking tours or scenic trails instead of paying for touristy attractions. If camping's not your thing, there are other low-budget accommodations like Airbnb or couch surfing or even hostel stays instead of traditional hotels. Many mountain towns also offer affordable guest houses or gîtes, which are family-run lodgings. I stayed at one. It was very nice. Another way to save money is just travel with a group, travel with some friends. Or you can use apps like BlaBlaCar to find people who want to share a ride and split gas costs to certain areas. It's also a great way to meet other travelers and get tips on hidden gems in the Alps. Avoid road tolls. France has many toll roads, but they can be expensive. So use scenic routes instead, marked as routes nationales or D roads, to save money and enjoy the beautiful landscapes. I mean, with little planning and flexibility, you can enjoy a breathtaking French Alps road trip while keeping expenses in check. Just takes a little practice. This French Alps road trip is packed with adventure, beauty, and a touch of luxury, all the while keeping things budget friendly. Who says you need to spend a fortune to experience the best of France? Not me. Thanks for joining me on this epic journey. I hope you've learned a couple of ways to save some money when you hit the Alps of France. Now, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell for more travel adventures. And until next time, happy road tripping!